not necessarily my colleagues. But one of the areas they were concerned about our fines, that we're not fining enough. And I politely, I guess you'd say politely, told him that him sitting in that office up there in Washington, D.C., that he's not out here running for office, the voters of the people, by going out and telling them, I'm going to fine you, would you vote for me, please? The problem is, this commission is not in the business of fining people. We don't want to fine people. We want people to follow the law, do what's right. But when somebody, an excavator or whatever it is, does wrong and won't participate, won't follow the rules, yes, it's going to happen. They're going to get fined. We're going to do that. But I just want you to know that we're pressured by somebody behind the door in Washington, D.C., that we are probably not levying heavy enough fines that show up on their reports. I don't think that my colleagues would want to be in the position of saying we're going to just persecute everybody for everything. The industry itself is now doing a great job in policing itself, from the locates to the and AGL and Georgia Power and all of the companies that are working together to do that, and we've seen progress because of that. So I just want everybody to know that sometimes we are pressured, our pipeline people are pressured for things that somebody sitting up there doesn't know what they're talking about. I'm through.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Is there anything else for the good of the committee? Hearing none, that concludes today's Facilities Protection Committee.
Call to order the Telecom Committee, item C1.
Good morning, Commissioners. Item C1, docket 42593, application of Bell South Telecommunications Incorporated, doing business as AT&T Georgia, for review of the New Star Number Pooling Administration's denial of application for numbering resources in the Atlanta Rate Center. Everything is in order. Staff recommends approval.
Questions, comments on C1? It's on the agenda. Item C2.
Consideration of request from Integrated Network Solutions Incorporated to cancel certificates of authority to provide telecommunications services for the following dockets 39931 and 39932. Everything is in order. Staff recommends approval.
Questions and comments on C2? Hearing none, it's on the agenda. C3.
Docket 42591, consideration of application of Smart Communications Holding, Inc. for a certificate of authority to provide institutional telecommunications services. Everything is in order. Staff recommends approval.
All right. Questions or comments on C3? Hearing none, it's on the agenda. C4.
Consideration of applications from Hudson Fiber Network Incorporated for certificates of authority to provide telecommunications services for the following dockets 42518 and 42519. Everything is in order. Staff recommends approval.
Questions or comments on C4? Hearing none, it's on the agenda. C5.
Docket 42402, consideration of the application of Advanced Technology Group, LLC, for a certificate of authority to provide facilities-based and resale competitive local exchange service to business customers in the Bell South Telecommunications, Inc., doing business as AT&T Georgia, Windstream, and Tier 2 exchanges. Everything is in order. Staff recommends approval.
Questions or comments on C5? Hearing none, it's on the agenda. Thank you. Nice work. That's right. That's all. There are no regular agenda items. So if there isn't anything else to come before this committee, we're going to adjourn.
Okay, we will now begin the Energy Committee, item C1.
Good morning, docket number 42514, City of Calhoun petitioner versus North Georgia EMC, assignment of hearing officer. On May 1st, 2019, the City of Calhoun filed a petition for declaratory ruling. The City of Calhoun filed this petition against North Georgia EMC regarding its assertion that it is the legal electric service provider. On April 8th, 1975, in docket number 2833, the City of Calhoun, North Georgia EMC, and Georgia Power signed a joint agreement that assigned electric service territory. It was approved on September 2nd, 1975. In May 1993, the City of Calhoun was providing temporary electric service to Advanced Auto Parts Store, the premise in dispute. The City of Calhoun petition alleges that North Georgia EMC on August 1993 set an electric pole next to the City of Calhoun's pole, and permanent service was thereafter provided by North Georgia EMC. On July 17, 1975, docket number 5090, the PSC granted the City of Calhoun the right to serve the Advanced Auto Parts Store. The City of Calhoun is petitioning the PSC to declare the 1975 joint agreement was not in fact adopted in whole, and that the PSC only adopted those provisions that are reflected in the Territorial Act. Staff recommends assignment of this matter to the Commission's hearing officer for further disposition.
Questions or comments on C1?
Are we still in the South? You ladies sure do talk fast.
We're busy women.
I don't believe so.
C1's on the agenda, item C2.
C2 is docket number 42594, Coastal Electric Cooperative Consideration Application for Financing Authority. On July 17, 2019, Coastal EMC filed a request with the Public Service Commission for financing with the Federal Financing Bank for $23 million to cover cost of their 4-year construction work plan. The 30-year loan is guaranteed by the Rural Utility Service. The interest rate will range between 2.4 and 2.6%, depending on the timing of the draws. Coastal EMC is headquartered in Midway, Georgia. It serves approximately 16,500 members with 1,500 miles of line within Bryan, Liberty, Long, and McIntosh counties. OCGA 46-2-28B of the loan agreement requires commission approval prior to issuance of this loan. Supporting documents have been reviewed and found to be in order. Staff recommends approval of this request.
Questions or comments on C2?
Mr. Brown, what is the total debt?
Currently, right now, it's about $65 million.
That would include this loan, correct?
That would not. The $23 million would be on top of that.
On top of that,
Yes.
okay. For information purposes, I've talked with the Director Executive Vice President of Coastal EMC. They have a large number of industrial customers. If you were to amortize the debt to the meter, it would exceed $4 a meter for 30 years. But what they're being able to do is to take some of this money and to, within the limits, to be able to reduce some of the other debt that's at a higher interest rate than what is in this particular loan. And the sad part about it is the rural bank will only let them do so much to reduce debt without penalties. And those of us that have had mortgages over time, sometimes you realize that you can't pay it off as fast as you'd like to without being penalized for being able to do that. I'm comfortable with this loan, but I just wanted you to know that we do look at these things. We look deeply into what the loan is about, how much it is, and what the debt of the whole process is. Thank you, George.
Any other questions or comments on C2?
Item C3 is...
Okay, well, C2's on the agenda. Item
Okay, sorry. Oh, sorry.
No problem, no problem.
Item C3 is docket number 42331, 2019 Ready Distributed Generation Certification, consideration for requests to certify Ready DG power purchase agreements. On July 19, 2018, the Georgia Public Service Commission approved Georgia Power Company's Renewable Energy Development Initiative distributed generation documents with modification in docket number 41864. Georgia Power and its counterparties have executed the 8th group of Ready DG RFP power purchase agreements, consisting of 6 projects for a total of 11.559 megawatts, the effectiveness of which is subject to the Commission's approval. In its filing, Georgia Power requested that the Ready DG RFP PPAs be deemed certified because the need for these new resources was sourced from a need identified in the final IRP order. Staff recommends approval of the company's request.
Questions or comments on C3?
How many kilowatts in a megawatt?
1,000?
You enjoy doing this?
Yes.
Is this not your first time at the podium?
Second or possibly even maybe third, I'm not sure.
Lying.
It's been over a long time though.
Lying.
I'm only up here every couple of months, so.
You want to be there more?
Possibly if Jamie lets me. Should I be up here more?
I'm good.
Thank you.
Well, you passed the test. C3 is on the agenda, item C4.
Good morning. Item C4 is docket number 18638, Atlanta Gas Light Company's 2019 recalculation of the DDC factors. AGL began the recalculation of the DDC factors in early April, and only active customers as of April 1st, 2019 were used in the true-up process, which is revenue neutral. There were a total of 1,625,860 active customers as of this date. Manual verification was performed by the company for 16,478 residential customers and 11,444 commercial customers. Staff met with the company on April 18, 2019 to verify that it was in compliance with the approved tariff provisions 13.31 A through L. In the course of our analysis, we examined the customer's usage information in the customer management application, evaluated the manual verification process, and ultimately, using a sampling of actual customer data, manually verified the results of the system calculations. Of the total number of exceptions reviewed, 99.88% of the DDC calculations were correct and 0.12% of the calculations were revised. Based on staff's analysis of the process and the information provided by the company, staff finds and concludes that the company is in compliance with the approved tariff. Staff recommends approval of the recalculated DDC factors with an effective date of September 1st, 2019. And in addition, staff recommends that the company make a compliance filing of the DDC weighted averages within 30 days of the order.
Questions or comments on C4?
Do you not recommend that they do completely away with the DDDC?
I believe the answer is the commission has the authority to review any decision that they've previously made. Something along those lines?
I was kind of looking for a staff recommendation.
I mean, I wasn't ready for that today. Can I get back to you?
Yes, you may.
Thank you, sir.
Questions or comments on C4? All right, C4 is on the agenda. There is no regular agenda. Does anybody have any other business they'd like to bring in front of the Energy Committee? Hearing no such request, we're adjourned.
Administrative Affairs,
Good morning, Commissioners. We have only one item this morning, and it's approval of the minutes from July 16.
questions or comments? Approved? Anybody else have anything worthwhile to participate in this great session this morning? If not, bye.
You're especially salty today. Taking my next rate case binder with me. Sit in.
15 minutes in my office. I got another.
Mike just says I can't bring the bed. That's what he says. Don't fall asleep.
How's your family
That's
these
the,
days? When they start school and everything?
Next week.
Yeah, mine too.
Yeah.
Mine too. What grade?
Well, we've got one that's starting 7th grade, and we ended up adopting another baby who's only 2.
Oh, okay. I knew that. I heard about the.
A little bit of time before that.
Eighth grade and second grade.
Where they at? My daughter's at Sutton.
Mark Brandon.
She went to Jackson.
Yeah.
Oh, is that where that's gonna be?